In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the lightest football boot on the market. What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time joining me today, my name is Noah Cavanaugh. Today we are looking at the Puma Ultra 1.3. Now, a lot of people have asked me to review these. These are a boot that I am super excited about because I wore the Puma Ultra 1.1 and 1.2 for almost my entire stint in Australia. Wore the Vapors in the beginning, Puma Ultras in the middle, and then at the very end, I wore the Predator Freaks and the Predator Mutators. These I'm so excited for. They're super light. It's a totally different look for the upper. And without further ado, guys, let's hop into the video. All right, so straight away taking a look at the box, very simple. Puma does a great job of keeping things really simple. Usually they don't come with boot bags. There's no crazy stuff involved in it. It's just a red box like this. All of their boots come in boxes that look like this. I've got my usual size 9 US, which is an 8 UK, Euro 42, excuse me, and it's 27 centimeters. These are the 1.3 in the firm ground, all ground. Again, it's the red box, so let's hop into the unboxing, guys. I'm very excited to look at these and see what they look like in person. So supposedly, this is a new lightweight Matrix Evo. So it's the same name, but it's a different type of material. So here we go with the unboxing. Oh man. Yeah, wow. Okay, so these are totally, like these feel totally different. The sole plate is the same, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But all right, so here's what those boots look like, guys. I'll show you up here. They look red in all the photos, but these are almost like an orangey pink color. And supposedly the name of the colors, which is super interesting and kind of funny. This is a Sunblaze. This is called Sunblaze, so it is like an orangey pink color. There's white in here, obviously, and then they call this in the back Blue Mazing, which to me is kind of ridiculous and kind of funny at the same time. So I'll grab the other one out for you guys. Nothing else in the box. That is super typical of Puma, pretty boring. So there are the boots, guys. They are incredibly lightweight. They keep roughly the same weight, so they are the lightest production non-limited boot on the market. My guess is Puma at some point might come out with another version of these. That is the SL version. So this is the Matrix Evo technology that it says right here. So it's the Matrix Evo technology with the Grip Control Pro, which is this like grippiness on, almost like a stickiness on the upper, which you can kind of see it shine. So if you look at it in the light, it's almost like a matte shine, and it's actually a little bit sticky, like there is some sort of stick to it. I'll take out all of this paper stuff because I want to show you guys how soft these are. I have not actually taken these out of the box. So the vlog that I filmed before this one where I teased these boots, I didn't actually take these out of the box. I just looked at them. So here we go. So this is how soft they are. Okay, so super, super soft. And there is a translucent material, as you can see on the outside and inside. It's part of their speed cage technology, which runs, you can kind of see it's where the red is, and then there's this this translucent material, and it's the microfiber elements that give it that grip texturing in the Matrix Evo upper, which is the carbon yarns and transparent mono yarns. And then there's, of course, the sock-like part of it on the tongue area. So as far as how these like tech specs go, these are pretty similar in name to the 1.3s. Obviously they're not like the Puma 2.1s or excuse me, the Puma Ultra something else. They're 1.3s obviously, so they intended it to be like the next evolution of these boots. And to be honest, I think these look incredible. The one thing that I am really curious to know is the sole plate is the same, by the way. So it is that same unbelievably light and responsive sole plate. I love this one. Yes, it's not the X Speedflow sole plate, it's not the X Ghosted sole plate, but it is really, really incredible. I thought it had great traction, really kept you up on your toes as you were moving forward, and that's something that I am glad they kept, because I think if they continue just to improve on this sole plate, I think they could make it one of the best sole plates on the market. For me personally, for my playing style, if we're talking about speed boots, the Mercurial Vapor 14 and I guess 13, they're kind of the same sole plate. They're a little bit different with the ribbing in the middle, but about the same, so same stud pattern roughly. That to me is actually less appealing than something like this. The reason is because it's not all chevron studs on here. You've got some sort of lateral stability, especially when you're in the vapor, which some people really love. It basically feels like a track spike, which isn't the best thing for me because I'm a defender. I want to be able to go in multiple different directions, and having studs that are more flat. So you've got those studs in the back especially, and then these two in kind of a key area of the foot where you're pushing off of. And then obviously you've got the chevron studs in the top 5 as well, as you can see on camera there. So it is pretty similar to the Vapor sole plate, but I actually like this one better for whatever reason. I thought on the 1.2 and 1.1, it was fantastic. Gave me great amount of grip on both firm ground grass and artificial turf. And I get a lot of questions also. This sole plate is the FG/AG sole plate, which Puma says is available for FG and AG pitches, I guess. I would say I don't recommend it for the type of artificial grass that's almost like a carpet. Oftentimes you see when you're playing arena soccer or indoor soccer on indoor turf, it doesn't have those black pellets in it. It basically looks like and feels like a carpet, almost like a futsal, but on a really short carpet. That's not what these are meant for. So if you're gonna play on those types of surfaces, get the little rubber studs, like the little round rubber studs that are not very thick and they're not very tall. If you're gonna play with this boot, especially in an FG/AG, I'm talking about the outdoor turf fields that you see oftentimes at American universities, or you see just around, like in Seattle, most of the fields here are all artificial turf, but they've got those like the rubber beads in them to be a little more cushy. So just make sure you keep that in mind if you're gonna buy a pair of these, that these are meant for actually playing pitches, not for small-sided type training situations. Moving on to the upper, very curious to know how these fit these on. I have not tried them on, but I've heard they fit a little bit different just because of the way that the upper feels. The upper supposedly feels a little less textile based, so it still is that weave, the Matrix Evo upper. I've heard rumors and read reviews that they fit just a little bit different, but they do feel incredible. I think these will be suitable, similar to the Puma 1.1 and 1.2s, the Ultra 1.1 and 1.2s, that these will be similar to those in terms of width and in terms of lightness on feet. They will feel very barefoot, and my guess is this actually feels less padded than the 1.1 and 1.2s. I wish I had a pair of those with me so I could compare them, but unfortunately I either sold or wore them until they broke. So I don't have any of those, but these do definitely give me the idea that the on-feet sensation would be pretty spectacular, which is awesome. I'm so excited to try these on. The insole is completely the same. I'll see if I can get it out. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so the insole is exactly the same. It's their nano grip technology, which I actually found to be awesome. Like this with regular socks, okay. This with grip socks was actually ridiculous. Like the inside, the grip that you get from this nanotechnology, it's like a silver shiny material, and it is actually quite grippy. I don't know why there's stuff in there. So it is pretty grippy on the inside, and so that is something to keep in mind if you do want to pair them with a pair of grip socks. I think that would be a great idea. If you think I should make my own brand of grip socks, comment down below. Might be a cool venture and a cool project to look at. It does take a lot of time though, so I'm not sure how not sure how I feel about that. Also, on the inside, it says this boot has a chrome finish on the plate that will wear off during play. It will not affect its performance or yours. Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, on the sole plate, it does have a kind of a shiny finish. My guess is that that will just become more of a matte finish or just a plasticky looking finish. Yeah, these are really cool looking, guys. I think this colorway is actually really sensational. I'm not sure how I feel about red boots. I've worn red boots in the past. The Hypervenom 3s I wore in red when I was in Spain, and obviously those were probably the best boots I've ever worn, and I'm still trying to find a pair that come close to that. There are a few pairs that have come really, really close. The CTRs have come really close. The Predators, actually, I thought were pretty close as far. They're different, but they, and the Puma Ultras I thought were one of the best boots I'd ever worn. So let's hop into the on-feet portion of the video, guys. As far as weight goes, these will be really super light. I'm not actually sure the exact weight. I believe they're around 150, 160 grams. Maybe it's a little bit heavier than that, 170 maybe, but that is super, super light. That's like I think it's like 5.8 ounces or 5.9 ounces. So these really are, I mean, you compare that even to like an X Speed Flow, and the X Speed Flows are light. These are obscene. These are like really, really light. And if you have worn the 1.1s or the 1.2s, I think you'll be pretty happy with how comparable these are weight-wise. But again, like how they fit is the most important thing. They've got the same heel liner as well, so it's very similar feeling, similar around the edges. What my hope, and again, I don't know, I haven't tried these on yet, but my hope is that they've fixed a little bit of the volume stuff, so it's not as crazy voluminous as the 1.1 and the 1.2s are. That's the one complaint that I think a lot of people had, was that there was a lot more space up in the toe box and people were able to move around a little bit too much. Just the silhouette of these makes me think that they're gonna fit a lot tighter, and not in a bad way. So they'll have less volume and be able to mold much more closely to your foot, as opposed to taking a couple sessions to break in and get that going. So without further ado, guys, let's hop into the on-feet portion of this video. All right, fam. So I've got the Puma Ultra 1.2s in my hands and I am ready to try these on. I'm going to stick this little sticker over here just to make sure that I don't screw these up at all. Again, so light. I'm really impressed with how light these are, how awesome they look, especially with white socks. I think they're gonna look absolutely stunning. I'm wearing a pair of True Socks, and True Socks were my first exposure to like what a real proper grip sock was, and they are kind of the tried and true tested ones. There's so many players that wear True Socks, and yeah, this isn't an ad for them. I'm not sponsored by them, but I really enjoy their grip socks. I just wish their shipping and their stock situation was much better. They sort of had a weird situation where I contacted them looking for new pairs of these and they didn't have any, and they didn't really have a schedule for actually getting them. So that's a bummer, but we're here for these, and these are awesome. Okay, so gonna try these on. We'll try on both because your boy's healthy now. Ooh, okay, halfway in, and I can already tell these are gonna be definitely tighter. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so right away, the toe box is definitely narrower, it feels like. I'll tie these up. And keep in mind, my left foot's still a little bit swollen, so I might have a little bit of a challenge getting in these. Okay. Yeah, wow. Again, I am wearing grip socks, so they are a little thicker. So just keep that in mind as you are thinking about when you try on for sizing. I got my usual size 9 US. Ooh, is there still? Aha. This is an issue. Okay. I got my usual size 9 US, and the fit in the length seems to be absolutely perfect. We'll see about the width and that stuff as we try them on. So, yeah, okay, very nice. So right foot fits a little bit better just because it's less swollen. That's not the foot I got surgery on. Upper is immediately much stiffer, at least right out of the box. But these feel really good, guys. Yeah, these feel super good. With the ball, on feet. Oh, my cat is right over by the camera. Let's pretend. Okay, we're all good. So, yeah, these are awesome, guys. We'll get some close-up shots of what they feel like, but they are definitely a lot tighter, it feels like. Definitely a lot tighter than the 1.1 and 1.2s, but that's not a bad thing. I think they will stretch a little bit, but they are thinner. So I actually might go with the Speed Flows over these as far as like what's the best fit right out of the box and what I think is gonna fit me the best. Speed Flow 0.1 and pluses were more comfortable for me right out of the box than these ones. But for like pure, like one-to-one seamless sensation on feet, these feel really good. They're still, my one gripe with the Ultra 1.1 and 1.2, I absolutely love that shoe. You guys know that. The one gripe that I did have about it was there's that really big space right here on the outside of the ankle, and that is still present here, but it's less so than the 1.1 and 1.2. So hats off to Puma for making that happen for me. But yeah, guys, I mean, overall, I think these are really fantastic shoes. The touch feels really good. It's really seamless, really one-to-one. Definitely you feel that like track spike, so I definitely can feel like I could sprint in a straight line. Sideways, lateral stability is good. I wouldn't say it's, you know, predator good or whatever, because those shoes are built to pivot and turn, and more of like a playmaking shoe, if you will. That's what it's built for. But as far as the speed boot goes, these are really quality. I think these are really nice. And I definitely think these will fit more foot types than the Vapor 14. So the Vapor 14 are definitely thinner than these. I can already feel these kind of molding to my foot a little bit, so they're not going to be as super thin as the Vapor 14. So if you don't really like the Adidas boot, the Speedflow 0.1 or the Speedflow Plus, I think these are going to be a great option if you aren't going to go with Vapor, because I think the upper on these is awesome. It's a little bit sticky, so you get a little bit of that grip, which is super awesome. And then as far as touch and feel, I mean, they're about the thinnest you can get as far as weight goes. They're really nice. So definitely a fantastic pair of shoes. Guys, that is it for the video. Pop in the comments down below what you want to see next for boot reviews. I love doing these. This is a passion of mine. It's totally a passion project, and I love doing boot reviews. So comment down below what videos you want to see next on the channel for those. Again, Puma Ultra 1.3s, for me, they get a 7 out of 10. Very, very good boot, but they're not probably my first choice for me, my own personal taste. For speed boots, they come in second place behind the Speedflow 0.1s and the Speedflow Plus, which I'll just put at first place overall. The Vapor 14s for me are like third place, if not fourth, behind the Neo Beta 3s from Mizuno. So again, that is it, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you go and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you got value from it, and of course, be awesome. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.